What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to an episode of Lucas Live. We have not done Lucas Live like this. I mean, I can't even think of the last time I did Lucas Live, but we are here today. I'm here with my guy, comedian Marcus Martin. We're going to be here for the next 15 or 20 minutes talking comedy. We're going to talk about what makes him laugh. He got something coming up with DJ Young Fly coming here locally. DC. You got to say DJ. I'm about to put that in the caption while I'm thinking about, we were talking about music. DC Young Fly. Good job correcting me on that. And what's coming here our way soon. So what's up, my man? How you doing today?
I'm good.
It's good to see you, man.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. You were on season 1 of Lucas Live. You one of my vets. Whatever. I got people who caved. I mean, you were somebody I think I just reached out to you. Like I knew of you. I didn't know you, but I had been watching you for a long time. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, man, I got to get him on the show. And I hit you up. You was like, no problem. When can we do it? We just made it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'm supporting any and everything, especially with the city. You know, I'm there.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. So let's jump into some things, man. First thing, I got some questions. So this is my show. I get to ask him what I want to ask him. Y'all jump into the comments. Y'all let us know if y'all got questions. Y'all feel free to ask your questions as well. That's fine. So we're glad you guys are here. I'm going to make sure we share, make sure we are on live, make sure it's working. I don't have my team here. See, I'm just doing Lucas Live like I'm grown. You know how your mom say, you doing stuff like you grown. You just do whatever you want to do. Okay, say we live. So I'm going to assume we are. You guys check us out. I'm going to fix that. Did I say DJ? I did say DJ. See, you got to fix stuff. You can't be saying DJ and it's DC.
You could.
You know what I'm saying? I can fix it right here on the spot.
Right.
We're going to talk about DC Young Fly. Shout out to Danny, our head of everything here at Lucas Live Media. That's our favorite comedian. So, all right, my man, I want to start off by talking about the game of comedy. Okay, first of all, tell us how long you've been in the game of comedy. And then I want you to talk to us a little bit about some of the joys of it and some of the challenges of being in this game.
Well, I've been doing it professionally a good 13, 14 years. The challenges, well, I'd say coming from a small city as Canton, it's a gift and a curse. The curse is, you know, it's like he from Canton, so they automatically assume I'm not funny. So in the beginning, I had to prove myself.
Hey, what's up with that? Well, we can't be funny being from Canton. That ain't right. Okay,
that's how they feel.
That's how they feel.
Yeah,
They're like, I mean, because they've never heard of it or what?
You would say that you would go to a Cleveland, you would go to Columbus, Cincinnati, and they like Canton. I never heard of a comic or anybody from Canton. So that's what it was. It was that in the beginning, and I had to like go to a lot of shows for free and just prove that I was funny, and then that's when the ball started rolling for me. So I had to like prove myself in Ohio first.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And get that respect in Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay. So talk to me about some of the things, the fun side of it that we don't know. Because I know I done seen you on cruises and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, he on a cruise. I'm like, wait, we pay to go on cruises. He's getting paid to be on a cruise. Talk to us about some of the fun stuff.
Yeah, the traveling, the meeting the new people, that's the fun part. Even with comedy, like a DC Young Fly, or I done met a lot of these guys just, you know, throughout my travels, and they open, you know what I'm saying? Eddie Griffin, they open, they'll talk to you, you know what I mean? So that's what I really love about comedy versus like a lot of rappers, you know, they closed off like, no, I don't know you, we cool. But comedians be like, come, talk to you. You know?
What do you think that is? Like that does not seem normal, because there was a lot of question and speculation sometime. Cat Williams, he said comedians is out here stealing jokes, right? So it would make you think comedians wouldn't be that open, because they're like, you're my competition, and for all I know, you might watch me backstage and come and say my thing in the next city next week. So what do you think it makes that culture of openness in comedy?
I would say we're here to make people laugh. You know, we here to, and that's it's just something about the like when I get with my guys, we go on road trips. Half the time we don't even play music. Wow. We just sit and talk about comedy, and we just sit and tell stories, and we laugh. And, you know, I guess that's part of being a comic. I really don't know how to explain it, but I remember, like, Kevin Hart saying after they do a show in New York, they would sit at the tables and, like, for hours and just sit and talk. But that is, I don't know, it's just something about it. And we come up with material. You get material through that, all that. So, yeah, it's just part of it, I guess.
So talk to me a little bit about the material. For people out there, y'all say what's up in the chat. If you guys are watching here live, we appreciate it. If you're watching this replay, say what's up in the replay. Let us know you watching replay. We here on a Saturday morning, so maybe y'all was doing something. What's up, my man? Dave Mears, what's up, Day Day? Thanks for being here. Make sure y'all share this broadcast. If you're watching it live or by replay, hit that share. that's just supporting something good going on in your city. We're talking about laughter and joy and fun. It's a lot of negative things going on. You know, we only do positive news here at Lucas Live Media. And there's nobody funnier and more fun than this guy right here. To have a comedian from Canton, I'm telling you, is a big deal. We have some others who do comedy. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody take it where you're taking it. So talk to me a little bit about some of the people you've met in this game. Like, you got something coming up with DC Young Fly we're going to talk about here in a minute. You mentioned Eddie Griffin. Like, who are some of the comedians that we would know that you have met along the way?
Paul Mooney. Go back to that.
Legend.
Yeah, had a conversation with him, like a real talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big because he's gone now.
Yeah.
And he thought different.
Yeah. He cussed me out at first.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
He dogged me at first, but once we got to talking, and I talked about something that he could relate to, we had a good conversation.
No, okay, you can't just say that. Tell me the story. What's up, Will? What's up, my man? What's up, Blackout Meals in the building? Thank you guys for being here. What you talking about? Paul Mooney cussed me out, and then he just keep going with the story like that's normal.
Okay. I ain't, people want to know, but
they want to know. They want to know.
All right. This is how it happened. I came in. And, I'm young, I'm excited, and I'm like, what's up? And he was like, first of all, hold on. He was like, is this an interview? And I was like, no. He was like, well, sit down, shut up, be quiet. And I was like, oh, okay.
That Paul Mooney voice.
Yeah, Paul Mooney voice. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, dang, but this is Paul Mooney. So I'm like, man, I was in, and this is a true story. My brother used to live in Evansville, Indiana, and it's racist out there.
Okay.
So went out there, and I went to this bar, and I had to be the only black. Yeah, I was the only black guy in there, and I went with a group of people, and one of the guys got up, was like, "I'm not sitting next to this end," you know what I'm saying? And literally got up, and everybody was like, "No, it's cool. He just tripping." Da da da. And I told him the same story,
right.
And then he just went off. That's when he got to talking. He was like, "White people, da 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 da." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I hit a button."
So he really liked that.
Yeah, I hit it. Oh yeah, he's like that. Yeah, definitely. He's definitely. And what's so funny about it? White people come to his shows to hear that.
Wow.
To hear him talk about them. They love it.
That is a crazy concept because we wouldn't think that. Like, they'd be uncomfortable because you see the comedians who be doing it and they be sitting in the audience. You be thinking, they sat way too close to the stage. That's what I be thinking. Like, you should have sat in the back. But they actually, talk to me a little bit about how comedy play, when you can touch on something that is a part of people's everyday life and help them see things. I think, like, to me, like, Jerry Seinfeld was the best at this. One of the best at this. Like, he'd be like calling out like what it's like in the elevator. And you'd be like, I never thought about that. But that is, you go out and you see a neighbor. How many times do you want to say, hey neighbor? You'd be like, oh, here goes my neighbor again.
That's funny you said that because Seinfeld, through that, he makes it so simple if you ever watch him. And he taught me how to do a bit. And I never knew what a bit was.
You mean like you from watching him? He taught you how to do a bit?
Taught me how to do a bit because it's so simple. It's like you said, an elevator. Like my first time ever taking a shower by myself in an experience. And then you like, wow, like it's that simple and how detailed it is. And I'm like, okay, that's what a bit is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He is good at it. What's up, Al Mecca? What's going on, my man? We was just touching base this morning. We're going to have you in the studio soon, man. What's up? So, So explain to us again. So a bit is, it's like people drop bars in rap, but I remember I used to be like, what exactly is a bar?
Yeah.
What's 16 bars? What's
it's
a bar?
Almost the same.
What's a bit? Help us understand that.
So you start with a tag, a premise. You start with a premise,
a concept of some sort. Premise is
the concept,
something. You're in an elevator or you're walking. That's the premise.
Yeah, that's the premise.
Okay,
and that's the ideal. This is what I think, and let me tell you why I think it's funny. And then you come with tags, and that supports your premise. So you got a tag, and then you hit them with like 3 tags.
Okay,
so it is a format. It is a formula.
Interesting.
And then after the tags, that's when you hit them with the punchline. And now that part could be exaggerated. And whatever it is,
right?
You know what I mean. But 9 times out of 10, the punchline is always like misdirection. Like,
okay,
I thought he was going here,
right?
But
and then he hit me with
he went there with it, like,
right?
Yeah.
So how much time do you have for a bit? I'm trying to figure out my comedy career. Y'all see, I'm asking questions for me. I hope y'all want to know.
Well, a bit can normally last as long as you want it. You can deep and dive into one joke for a good 5-10 minutes. It's really up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Are there jokes inside of jokes, or how does that work? I'm not sure what the terminology is. Is why I'm asking. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for checking us out here at Lucas Live. Make sure you guys are sharing this broadcast. Make comments in the comments. Ask questions in the comments. participate in our show, if you're watching this live or by replay, we are back with Lucas Live. I don't know the last time I did a live Lucas Live. It's been a while, right? But I be on. We be doing chat live. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to Tiff. Shout out to the whole team for what we do here. But when I think about comedy, it's like, is a joke one premise that is leading to a punchline, or is it possible to have multiple punchlines and you're still inside of that bit, or every time you punch, you're really into a new bit?
No, you can stay in the same. You can stay in that same thing. Honestly, for me too, I tell comedians, be brave. If it hits you on stage, say it, talk about it. So sometimes I would do a bit that I normally do, but then a new joke out of that would come on stage, and I just say it, and now it's part of it now. So you adding on to it as you go.
That's brave. Talk to me about bombing on stage, and you tell me if you ever have what that's like, because I told you this at the beginning. I said, I have a chance to be funny where nobody expects me to be funny, so it's easy, right? So I do speaking, corporate training, keynotes. I'm out here in front of professionals. They still people. These same people about to leave this corporate thing and try to go to the comedy show or to the club. You know what I'm saying? These are just people for real at work right now.
Right.
So I'm just in there being me. I grew up watching comedy and laughing and all of that. So I'm talking about business and I'm telling jokes. Really, although I didn't write them down, I do know that to me this is funny and I'm saying it and I'm being brave. And I used to have to tell myself that.
Every public speaker, even a preacher, should have some type of funny in it, because you don't want people to be bored.
I like that.
Every public speaker.
I like that. So talk to me a little bit about, because I've been up there at times, so I'm not up there to make them laugh, but once I get them going, I'm like, I got them. So I think I'm about to hit them, and then I'll say something and they just crickets. And I'm like, I feel crazy up here. Yeah. And that's not even what I'm there for.
Yeah.
Have you bombed before? What's that like? How do you get through that?
Bombing is part of it. It's part of it. It's just like part of making people laugh too. And it's important to bomb, because if you constantly just making people laugh, you don't feel like you need to get better. So bombing has always did that for me. And it was like, especially when I was traveling, man, I'd go to like places like Chicago, LA, and I bomb. I remember bombing in Chicago, and I'm like, all right, Marcus, you traveling too far to be bombing in these places. Like you got to get it together, especially when you going out of town. You got to get it together. And it just made me better. It made me write more. It makes you do all that. And like I tell people this story, every comic bomb. If they tell you they didn't, they a lie.
Right.
But Richard Pryor, before he recorded Live on Sunset, the day before he bombed. And then that night, I don't know what he did, but the next day he came up and killed it. And he killed it to the point where they forgot about him bombing.
Right.
So, yeah, it's part of it.
That's
part of it.
crazy. So, life lesson, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to bomb sometime, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
That's real.
Yeah, it's real.
If you're doing anything brave, I mean, I was just sitting here thinking, I hope my cameras don't go off because they have a time limit. And I'm like, I'm going to have to jump up in the middle of the show and fix the camera. But then I was thinking, but it's me being brave like this that got me here.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you at the beginning, like I invested in something I knew nothing about, you know, and you've been in different places and you came and said, this is like a newsroom. This is like, I'm like, I appreciate the affirmation, because for real, you've probably been in more studios than me.
Yeah.
I just am figuring out from what God gave me, like, I'm going to set this up, then we're going to do this, then working with my team, we're figuring out the next thing, and I've been really blessed to be brave. I think most people aren't successful in life because they're not brave.
Right.
Like they're so afraid. So talk to me about dealing with what people think. Number one, what were you like as a child? Were you brave and bold and didn't care what people think and would say whatever? Did it evolve over time, or and then how do you deal with it now?
I would say I was more outgoing, brave as a kid. Definitely adventurous. I remember riding a BMX bike on top of a picnic table and because I wanted to be a BMX. I wanted to be a BMX, like one of them. What is it? Extreme bike.
That's what you was gonna do,
ESPN.
right?
I wanted to do that, and
right.
It didn't work out. The back of the tire hit the back of my head, and I passed out. Next thing I know, like my people dragging me home, and all I could ask when I woke up, because I passed out, I was like, "How high did I get?"
When I woke up, I was like, was I good though? Was I good?
And they was like, no, you just fell.
Right. You was terrible. What are you talking about? Like, this is no good. This is no good.
Yeah. So I would say brave in different aspects as far as like what I want to do. Yeah. And it carried the comedy because I was brave too. Like you said, you knew nothing. When I say I knew nothing, I knew nobody.
Really?
I knew nothing about comedy. I didn't know how to write jokes. I didn't know nothing. But I knew it was something I wanted to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were just brave enough to this is one of they always think about this as a speaker, and then as a comedian, I think is a whole different level. Because I think if you're a singer and you know you can sing and you've been told everywhere and you've won all the talent shows, you're just going up there and hoping your voice shows up the way it's supposed to, and you've practiced your songs and the musicians are good, and you're using an instrument. And the song has already been validated in that you're singing covers or you're singing the song that they already love. So that's one thing. No disrespect to artists because it's a big thing. But comedy is like the only way to really try new material is to try the new material right there in front of you. You don't get to put out a record and go sing the greatest hits.
Right.
The greatest hits come in front on tour in front of everybody. What's that pressure like, and how do you test? How do you go about testing a new joke? Do you go in and say, I'm going to test 1 tonight or 2 tonight, or I got a whole new set? Like, what is your process on that?
Yeah, definitely. Well, now I got a set, but in the beginning, to test out new material, I would always hit open mics.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what level or profession you are, no matter how long you're doing it, even if Dave Chappelle still, well, for them, they open mics is going to places like Dead Crash, like a
like the comedy
store,
something big,
like a small, like a Funny Bone. They just do like a quick set, and that's their open mic before they go to the theaters and the arenas and all that. So you still got to hit the open mic. To this day, I would still pop in at an open mic here and there.
Interesting. How do you think people like a Dave Chappelle? How does he test it? Because there's a part of Dave Chappelle getting on stage and his voice coming out of his mouth that's funny because we're so used to him. And to be in his presence is almost funny. How do you think they go about even knowing that was a real laugh versus not a real laugh? And how do you know? Like when you
fam, because I tell people like that's what I love about comedy is so real. Even at T.I., it don't matter who you is. Comedy is so humbling. T.I., they was not laughing. He had to humble himself because when he first started to do comedy, he started in like arenas and theaters, and it was like your material's not ready for that.
Wow,
you know what I mean? And he had to scale it down because of who he is. He will sell out a Funny Bone, but like he said, there's really no money in that. Like as far as rap, but people weren't laughing, and that's how you know it's real. Like one thing about comedy is you know when somebody laughing for real because it comes from within,
right?
But versus a fake laugh, like ha ha ha, like you could tell it's fake.
Yeah,
like he's not really laughing.
They're not really laughing. They're trying to put on for this person to get like, oh, Dave Chappelle saw me and I'm sitting here being his biggest fan.
Yeah, right.
Interesting. Talk to me a little bit about what you got coming up. Talk to me. We got something with DC Young Fly. I think that's crazy. First of all,
DC,
and you got some other things going on. Talk to us about it.
What last night I was just in Cleveland. I'm tired right now. Let me see. DC, that's coming. I'm in Indianapolis tomorrow, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope out there. Naptown. Make sure y'all pull up. And then the DC Young Fly show, that's in Akron, the Akron Theater, and that's September 12th. So yeah, make sure y'all come September 12th.
Tickets are available.
Yeah, tickets are available now.
Okay. Eventbrite, where can we get tickets at?
Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster.
Yep.
Okay,
or SeatGeek, whatever. Just type
Okay.
in DC Young Fly and it's gonna pop up. Let me see. Yeah, Eventbrite, all that. It should be on there too. What else I got coming up after that?
So how do you real quick rewind real quick? Let me rewind this. How do you get on with like a DC Young Fly? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't a lot of those guys like he got a crew, right? Like they got the 80, like a lot of those guys like Kevin Hart had the Paper Cut Boys and stuff. So it always seems like they travel with their people perform and then they perform. How do you get into one of those shows? How does that work?
A lot of that is word of mouth, where they might be coming by themselves and they need some locals, so they like, well, who the best in the area? And the promoters actually reached out to me. It's like, we heard about you, and yeah, we want you on the show. I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
and then do they like negotiate the upfront price? Is it a percent of ticket sales? Like, how does most of that go?
We negotiate the price before we do anything.
Right.
At least I do.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Right, coming. But let's talk about this real quick. And we going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, here in just a minute. This is fascinating, okay? I said we're going to be 15, 20 minutes. We almost said 20. We almost done. Just chill. But you said your first time getting booked, you got paid $20 and a plate of food. Tell us about that.
My first time ever getting booked, first of all, I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
Didn't know how much to charge them. And
I can tell you $20 ain't
I'm going to tell her name, too. Shout out Khalida Bell.
Okay.
I'm going to always remember her. Khalida, yeah. And she was like, Marcus, how much would you charge me to come perform for my family? And she was like, it's a barbecue. And I was like, well, just give me $20.
Right.
Like,
It was real organic. I don't know.
Just give me $20. And $20 13 years ago is kind of a lot of the money.
It was a lot more than it is now.
Yeah, a lot more
You can't
than
go
it is
through the
now.
drive-through now.
So yeah, I told her to give me $20 and a plate of food, and she was like, "That's it." I was like, "I guess."
right. I don't know. What do I know?
I don't
Right.
know. But then as I got into it, you start to know your value. And when I talk to other comedians, like, how much you get paid or how much, and then also the price goes up. Like once I go to these festivals, once I invest in myself more.
Okay.
Like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, okay, the price going up. I just talked to Lunel for a good half an hour, and she gave us some games, so the price going up. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
big.
Yeah.
It's a business too.
Yeah. Definitely. Business first.
And you
Business
don't have a manager, so you're
It's just me and God. It's me and God, man. I tell people that it's me and God, and I always give him something to work with when I'm gone, as far as giving people flyers or a wristband or just something with my name or face on it. So when I'm gone, God can do what he do.
Man, that is a beautiful story. It's funny. We're talking to a comedian, but it's funny we're talking to somebody who's it's not it is a business. I think Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, a lot of them showed us that if you maneuver, even Steve Harvey getting on all these shows, like they showed us like there's a business to this, and if you can maneuver the business, you can, and that's almost anything.
Yeah.
Like doing a live show, doing Lucas Live has opened more doors. I made more money off of other stuff than the show. Like the show wasn't getting a bunch of sponsorships at first and everything, but so many people were seeing me live all the time, and they see I could speak, and so they calling me to do gigs and host stuff and do stuff. So, but you got to be willing to invest in yourself, and you do got to trust God.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you be out here like it ain't no every 2 weeks a check coming, right? It's like,
Right. So it's a lot of faith involved, and it's a lot of like believing in you, man. I'd rather bet on myself than putting somebody else in. So I'm gonna bet on me 100% all the time.
I love it. One last time, let us know any ways we can connect with you and what's coming up that we should come check out.
Well, Canton, I got a show with Mark Bisbee at HD's. That's October 24th, I believe.
Okay, something in late October.
It's late October.
Okay.
Get with Mark Bisbee for the tickets. Talk to him about all the information.
All right.
It's gonna be at HD's too, so talk to HD.
That's dope.
Yeah, as far as Canton, I love Canton, but I really like to just be elsewhere. You know what I mean? Because like I said, first I made my name in Ohio, but now it's more like I want to make a name nationally.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just had this conversation. I'm doing something for the Akron Urban League tomorrow, and I haven't done a lot of stuff in Akron. And I was like, I love Canton. I'm always, what I want to be able to do is give back to my city, not have to come and need something from my city. Like, you got to pay me for something. It's like, nah, when I come here, I just want to be able to give you something. But the only way I can afford to do that is if I'm somewhere else collecting money from somewhere else and then bring that money back and circulate it inside of our community. So people got to respect the fact that your desire to go outside the community is not turning your back on the community. It's like, I gotta go hunt. I gotta go get it, right? And I gotta tell the rest of the world that there's great stuff going on in Canton, Ohio.
Great stuff going on in Canton, Ohio. And that's what I make sure when you introduce me, you say from Canton, Ohio.
Right.
Gotta say.
Even though they were sleeping on it before.
Yeah.
You're like, they gonna know.
Yeah,
they gonna know about it.
They're a little, and that's honestly what made me start doing comedy. I just want to inspire someone from here to let them know, like, hey, there's other avenues as far as entertainment. You don't always have to be playing sports, or I'm not that tall, or you don't always have to be a rapper. I'm not really that. I'm funny, and it's to show a kid in school, like, hey, I know you the class clown, but make sure you get your grades done.
Get to school, finish that up,
get
right?
your straight A's.
Handle that.
But then after that, hey, we figured there is a space for you.
Yeah.
Because for me, I didn't know it was a space for me. Then my mom, like, I used to get in trouble. I used to get in trouble, but now I'm making money off of what I used to get in trouble for.
That's big. That's big. Kashari, what's up, Kashari? She said, when is the show? So the show in Canton is late October. The show with DC Young Fly is September 12th.
September 12th
at
in
the
Akron Theater.
Akron Theater. Tickets are available. I got to get my tickets now.
Oh, man, Burger. What's up, Burger? Hey, shout out to Burger, too.
That's my guy, man.
But see, that's what I love about Canton. We got people like Burger. We got Steve Beatty. We got you. We got like, and that need to be celebrated. I think Burger or Steve, like, not just for us. We all should have a float in the junior parade, like, to show kids from here, hey, you can be a barber and make it. You can be a chef and make it. You know what I'm saying? You can be a comic and make it. You can go live and have an entertainment company and make it. It is not for me. It's really for those kids. I want these kids to see that. Like you can do other stuff.
I love that.
Yeah,
Love that.
positive
Love
things.
that. Love that. Shout out to everybody you just named there. Shout out to my guy, Burger, man, one of my best friends my whole life, man. That's my guy. And he all over the world traveling, doing this thing with the Big Three and beyond. And he's brave. I mean, if anybody going, just because he gets in the door doesn't mean you're gonna take up space, right? But he knows how to go in there and talk to everybody. He doing stuff with the Big Three. That don't mean you're gonna meet Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? But his first year, he was in there meeting Ice Cube and everything because he's that kind of guy. And he's complimentary of people too. He don't come in as though you're lucky to meet me. He comes in with humility, but then just being himself, man. He's a kid from Massillon, as he says. Even though, Tigers lost, shout out to y'all. It's okay. But he's just a kid from Massillon. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to Steve Beatty for everything he's doing, traveling all over the world. Shout out to everybody doing something big. We hope you all are inspired. I'll be on the show soon. You already know, all right, my man. Already, I'm sending him links to get him to send me content now. So for sure, and I got your tripod in my truck, so you can get more content. Because that's another thing. Like this, my guy. I'm like, man, I want to help you even get more content. So I bought a tripod for. He ain't asked for it, of course. He like, no, you don't have to do it. But another thing he did when I had lost a job years ago, couldn't afford to get my hair cut. He was like, man, come through. And Burger is not no regular barber. Burger is worth $150, $200, $300 a cut. He's so good.
Yeah.
He was cutting me for free every week, whenever.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So
barber, they put on the gloves and get a ring light. Now it's $100. I was like, take the gloves off. Give it a $25 cut set.
I don't need all of it. Put the lights away. Put the lights away. Where we was in Burger, when we was at your house, when we was on the mattress, you was putting clothes up under us to get us to sit up taller. Where's that at? Where your grandma's, man. That was when it was much cheaper back then. They put on the ring lights. All of a sudden, it's 40. They're like they a chef. You're like, bro, leave the gloves off. I don't care. Like, just don't touch my face. Oh,
Maybe
man.
that's what I need to start doing on stage. Put some gloves.
I know, right? You should do that. Like, this is about to cost y'all a little bit more. I'm doing surgery.
Right.
Whoever put on gloves is more important. Oh, man, I really appreciate you coming on today.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for making us laugh. Keep doing your thing. Y'all make sure y'all following him. Make sure we're supporting. We keep boarding the plane. All right, you coming home? If you're coming home, you gotta come in the studio this week, man. So keep doing your thing, man. We will continue to support you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not following Marcus Martin, make sure you do. Thank you guys for watching this live by replay. We'll see you next time on the next episode of Lucas Live. Everybody have a great day.